Hello and welcome back to the Son of the Morning Comics channel for another new comic review. Today's video we're looking at Wolverine number 2. So let's get into it, but in the last issue what we saw, it began with Wolverine basically killing all of the X-Men, or at least all of the ones that were close to him. Of course we know that there's no stakes in that because they can just be reborn, as they will be in here. And that Wolverine basically had killed them all, but he was, ravaged pretty good. Ended up being found by a CIA operative who kind of hates mutants because he's having difficulty getting a hold of the Krakoan medicine that could save his daughter that has cancer. So that sort of brings you up to speed where we are here. So this is just the Marauder ship is somewhere in the Pacific Ocean and it's off course. This is causing some strangeness. Bishop's a little confused. He doesn't know what's going on, why they're off course. Everyone seems confused. Iceman is a little confused as well. He takes all of the Krakoan flour supply that they have on board and cubes it up in ice and throws it over the edge. This is a very confusing, at which point the pale girl shows up. And Bishop ends up getting thrown off the boat. He's calling Storm for help. And so things are not looking good for the X-Men here. Especially when you see that. It's a little scary when you look at it. But hey, at any rate, our cast of characters for the issue today are Wolverine, the healer, Jeff Bannister, who is the CIA agent, and the pale girl who we just met, she's the one causing all the problems with the Krakoan flour drug epidemic. So we just have a scene here where it's starting off with Wolverine getting into a fight with some of his familiar foes. They're trying to, get back at him. Nothing serious happens here. What does Wolverine do? He uses his claws to absolutely destroy everybody. Of course, brings back the memory to him that he did, in fact, among his other friends, kill Jean Grey. Now, when we flip the page, we learn that he was actually dreaming this last part. He's not dreaming the part about that he killed them, but that last part was a dream. He wakes up, and he is in the Krakoan healing chamber with all of their weird vines and stuff like that. So he's healed. He wants to know what's going on. The healer tells him that Bannister actually dropped him off at a Krakoan gate, and that's how they were able to heal him. The healer said, whatever is happening to you is happening to others, because Bishop also got messed up pretty good, as we saw there at the beginning. Now there's just some more info here about how the Marauder got lost. The people on the Marauder had a loss of memory, were confused. They think that the flour cartel has something to do with it, of course being the pale girl. Here we have a scene where Bannister is with his daughter who has cancer in the hospital, and his phone's ringing off the hook, and it's his assistant who is telling him that they need to arrange a special task force because a whole bunch of the CIA operatives are dying or in very, very strange ways, or they are killing themselves. One sliced his wrist. with glass and then jumped out the window 5 stories to his death. Another one used an iron, like a hot iron, to melt the skin off of her face. And all she said when they were getting her into the ambulance was, "A pale girl, a pale girl, a pale girl." I think we know who she is. And then yeah. So here we are back. He's still in the hospital. Now he realizes he's got to go. She says that, you need to get the help of the mutants. She knows that he hates the mutants, but because their medicine is supposed to be helping people, not hurting people, and, where's the help for her? And she makes him promise that he's going to make them help. And he promises that he will. So here we have Wolverine. He's just sort of describing how even though his body is healed, it takes longer for his brain or his mind to heal. They're in the Krakoan hatchery, where obviously Scott's waiting for Jean to be reborn, and Wolverine's calling out to them, and calling out to him, and he says he's gonna make things right, that he would never hurt Jean on purpose, and Cyclops just sort of walks away from him. So they're on the hunt for the pale girl. One of the operatives says that a security camera catches footage of it. Bannister wants it erased. He doesn't want anything getting out into the open. So then this is where, we have Bannister and Wolverine reuniting, and Bannister's very proud of his lawn. And so basically they're talking about that in long form they realize it's time to go and kill the pale girl, and that's what they need to do. And then they decide that there's no time to waste, so, let's get to work. And Wolverine throws his beer bottle on Bannister's prized lawn, and he's, dude, seriously? Just a little bit of comic relief in there to help out. So they head out on a boat to try to track down this other boat, where they will hopefully find the pale girl. And isn't this a fantastic illustration of Batman? Oh, it's supposed to be Wolverine. Well, it looks like Batman. Oh well. So they find the ship, they get in there, and, he says, this is his subordinate, I guess, says, "Sir, I've got something for you to look at." He comes up and looks up, says, "On the radar, don't tell me we're being approached." And she says, "No. The enemy has been with you all along." At which point Wolverine stabs him in the back and kills him. And we see the pale girl right here. So book ends here with Wolverine's sort of monologue saying, but other people will say that when your defenses get stripped away, you are who you really are. You've revealed your true self as an animal, to be continued. So, yep, Wolverine is evil. Good book, though. Definitely interested to see what happens in issue number 3. So, thank you for joining me here on the Son of the Morning Comics channel. Wolverine is evil. But even by Krakoan standards, I mean, he killed a human. So, just interested to see where this is gonna go, because now maybe we're gonna get sort of like a lone wolf Wolverine story going forward, because he's gonna be a wanted man on both sides, both by Krakoans and by Krakoan mutants and by humans. So, like I said, thank you for joining me here on the Son of the Morning channel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. You can visit me over at Son of the Morning 7 on Twitter. And we'll see you when we do the next video.